Hey, everybody, it's Alan, and I hope you are doing well. So, just the other day, we got word that the great Rick Davies of the band Supertramp passed away. Um, I feel a deep need to do a tribute to him, considering that I've really loved Supertramp for many a year, and their music has a certain spot in my personal life history that is just really special to me. And so we're going to listen to a song that we've already done a video on the channel. We're going to listen to Another Man's Woman, but we're going to do a studio version, then we're going to do a live version just because I want to hear the song twice and I want to hear the great Rick Davies sing it. And I just want to pay tribute to the man. This probably won't be the only video I do about Supertramp this week. So look later on this week for another video. But anyway, here we go with a 2-for-1 studio and live version of Another Man's Woman.
If there's no way of knowing where's the answer, you should know if you need me by now. Tell me how. You saw me in the first place. Who'd you think I am? How can you be so two-faced and tell me where I stand? Yeah, we've been here once before. I see you by the door. You said you knew an autumn morning. Yeah, you know you just can't lose. All you have to do is choose. Let me in on where your heart is. You ain't nothing but another man's woman. I'm living on another man's land. At night I hear the hound dog calling me a cheating man. I tell you something, I need good loving, but you don't understand. At night I see a cannonball coming to blow me to the promised land. If there's no way of showing where your love lies, is it me, is it him, or no one? What will be done about the mess you made me? Or don't you give a damn? You're gonna drive me crazy. It's more than I can stand. Around and round we always go. First it's yes and then it's no. Oh, whatever keeps me staying. I'm so helpless, can't you see? Did you cast a spell on me? Say you love me, please, I'm praying. You ain't nothing but another man's woman. I'm living on another man's land. At night I hear a hound dog calling me a cheating man. I tell
And that song may be among the funkiest tunes that band has ever recorded, in my opinion. The thing is, the chorus section is just pure groove. It is absolutely pure groove. And the overall feel of the song just has this really unique funkiness to it. When you get to the outgoing solo, the outgoing section of the song where it's just all instrumental, I always thought it was really interesting to vamp a Waka Chicka guitar part behind, way behind what the piano is doing. And you can just barely hear it, but it keeps creeping up in volume into the mix as you move forward, as does the bass line. The bass thumping through that is just fantastic as well. But that Waka Chicka Wah Wah guitar part in the background that's just going is really pretty special, because it almost takes place in position where, you know, a drummer might play a hi-hat, but it's much more subtle than that. It's really interestingly placed. And then as the song crescendos towards the end, the placement of the sax lines, what it's doubling and what it's echoing, is really interesting in its choice of positioning too. It's such a special song, and it's one that's always caught my ear every time I listen to this particular record. And again, for me, it's just pretty special. So I can't say I've actually listened to the live version of this, at least not in many years. And so I'm very interested in the reminder.
If there's no way knowing where's the answer, you should know if you need me by now. Tell me how. So in the first place, who'd you think I am? I get your pieces to face and tell me where I stand. Yeah, we've been here once before. I see you by the door. You said you knew and all that. Yeah, you know you just can't lose. All you have to do is choose. Let me in on where your heart is. Ain't nothing but another man's hand, living on another man's land. And I shoot your hand back, I gotta be a cheap man. Tell me something, I need your love, but you don't understand. And I see a cannonball coming, the blood to the promised land. If there's no way of showing where your love is it me, is it him, or no one? What will be done? About the mess you made me, who'd you think I am? They're gonna drive me crazy, tell me where I stand. Round and around we always go. First it's yes and then it's no, or whatever keeps me staying. I'm so helpless, can't you see? Did you cast a spell on me? Say you love me, please, I'm praying. Ain't nothing but another man's living on another man's land. And I just shoot my hand back, I gotta be a cheap man. There's something I need your love, hey, but you don't understand. And I see you can't fall to the promised land.
make believe. Why my baby said he's trying to make me love. Why my baby said he's on the make, he's on the make, he's on the make. Believe.
God, they were flying on that particular track. I mean, that had to be 20 to 30 beats faster per minute than the studio recording. And I really love the massive disparity in tempo between the different parts. You know, the main verse, the outro, everything like that. And then they get into that interlude and it just dropped tempo massively, only to swing back into up tempo. And that song was absolutely flying. And I think it's really interesting knowing the history of Supertramp, the onstage spotlight during the outro with, you know, Rick on one side and Roger on the other side. You know, Roger's playing the Waka Chicka part and Rick is just killing that piano solo. And at this particular point for this live performance, how much were they talking to each other? You know, you hear the stories, you hear the rumors, and, you know, there was conflict and there was everything going on, which eventually led Roger to leaving the band and what have you. But I sit there and I look at the onstage performance, and were they pushing each other? Were they playing together? Were they in harmony? Were they at odds? It's really interesting, again, knowing the history of the band to a degree, you know, the stories, and it makes the performance in all kinds of different light. And I would hope in the end, since Rick has now passed away, that somehow or another they made amends. They made peace with each other, and, you know, it's not a Fogerty situation, you know. The stories of John and his brother never reconciling before John's brother passed away. I would hope, and again, this is just an outside hope, but I would hope that somehow Roger and Rick managed to at least have a mea culpa, have an amends to one another, and just saying, hey, you know, we went through some stuff, and I don't hate you. I forgive you. And I wish, you know, we could at least be, you know, friendly. And I haven't looked into it. I don't know. And I'm sure somebody out there in the audience might tell me, but it would be nice to think that they were at peace with each other when Rick passed away. With that said, again, we'll be doing another video featuring Rick to celebrate his life and his greatness this week. So pay attention, keep an eye out for it, and let's just celebrate the man and say, you know, rest in peace, rest in power, and you'll be missed. Feel free to leave a comment. We could talk about it further. Just know that I appreciate all of you, and I wish you well.